How would you act if you knew that you'd leave anyway? Hmm. Okay. So let me start with lighting some Palo Santo to ground this message right now. So the message that I kept hearing, and already wanted to do this yesterday, but I mean, I've been delayed for some reason. Mm, I hope that the collective that's hearing this message gets the message that they need to hear. Yeah. Mm. Just love it smells so much. Okay. Let me also buy let me also get my Light Sears Tarot. I haven't used this in a while. Yeah. So, okay. First the energy is maybe you're in the energy of really questioning your purpose or what you're if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like there's a large energy of that. And let's get into it. Okay, Spirit, what do you want the collective to know about this energy? Gosh, I haven't read tarot in in what feels like a long time. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, the High Priestess in the reverse position tells me that maybe you're kind of questioning your intuition right now, or maybe you don't feel as connected to grounding yourself as maybe how you're used to before, because I feel like you went to a certain hermit mode before, right? But you allowed yourself to also be seen after that, and you're now in the arena to build up on the message that I talked about uh before this video. You're now in the arena, you're now in the field, you're now exposing yourself in a way to a lot of other energies around you. And you might feel like, of course, getting into these energies and moving relatively differently than how you're used to, you're bound to get tired, exhausted, and just anxious. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, maybe I'm not as connected to myself as I was. But since the High Priestess is here in the reverse position, even if it's in the reverse position, the High Priestess is still here. So you are still connected to your intuition. Like this is just your season right now. It's your season to be in the field, to apply yourself, to essentially be seen in some way, shape, or capacity. Yeah. And the thing is, the purpose of this season wherein you regulated yourself is so that you know how to tend to yourself now at this time, because this was the point of the journey. This was the point of the journey. Yeah. The point of the journey was never about healing, and because you were healing and how for how long now. But the purpose of life is not healing, it's to experience life. And by experiencing life, you have to also interact with a lot of energies and people around you, especially the ones you love. And since these are different energies from your own, you're bound to get some form of interference, right? And this is because you're changing as well as a person in relation to other people. Maybe you You're used to the kind of change that is by yourself. Yeah, you change by reflection and by tending to yourself, by reclusing yourself, isolating yourself. That's the hermit energy. But now the change that is being brought into the surface to you is by being surrounded by people who you are aligned to. Yeah, and trusting that you are aligned to these kinds of people. Yeah, but I can really see you having, like, really doing a great job in in taking care of yourself. What else, Spirit? The High Priestess. Okay. Queen of Cups this time. Damn. You really you really are in your divine feminine energy. So whoever I'm talking to, you are in your divine feminine energy, and that's not talking about the gender or how you express yourself. Your how What's your gender expression? Yeah, I'm talking about, because every one of us have divine masculine, divine feminine in our energies, but the divine feminine talks about the reception, the stillness, slowing down, regulating yourself, observing as well. So you are doing such a great job in taking care of yourself. Meditation could also be significant in here, because the the picture of these two girls, they look like they're meditating, and look at how close their eyes is. At this specific point in your life, you don't have to worry about anything. You just have to close your eyes and trust. Like, look at that Queen of Cups. Trust that wherever it is that you're being led towards, it's you're meant to be there. Like, you're meant to be there. And there's also this energy of being receptive. Yeah, being receptive to how these blessings, they're gonna come to you, to come to you in whatever form. Yeah. Also, water could be significant. Are you hydrating yourself? Or doing some kind of water manifestation might also be significant to you right now. What else? And the way that the High Priestess and then the Queen of Cups, they both are the first two cards to come up. This means that this is your energy. This is your significant energy. Queen, not the Queen of Wands. That's so many. What else, Spirit, do you want to say to Collective right now? Okay. The Tower. I told you, you're changing. These are all, these are, these feel so heavy and big and significant. Like, you know how in spirituality, they're gonna say that you're going through a shift right now by the universe. You're going through a shift. Like, they're talking about these types of shift that is happening within your energy, but then low key, nothing really ever changed. This is not that. This feels like, this feels monumental, is what I want to say. And just before something very monumental and big, like really ever happens, just before that thing actually manifests, it's gonna feel like nothing is happening. And that's why those shifts, maybe you were experiencing those kinds of shifts, right? The ones that you're being told that you're shifting, but then low key nothing changes. It's because you are not being prepared, because you're done preparing. You're just in the waiting room. You know what I mean? You know why, you know how, for example, you're gonna propose to a potential partner, right? If you're a salesperson, maybe I'm talking to a salesperson here. You know how, of course, you're gonna prepare your slides, right? So that's the preparation mode that I'm talking about. But you're done preparing. You have refined your slides, you have practiced your speech, your pitch, and then you also went to the site where you're gonna propose, and then you're in the lobby, in the holding area. And so, yeah, it feels like you're also preparing. You could prepare, but you're already done preparing, and you're just waiting. And it feels like nothing is happening because you haven't seen the person who you're gonna propose to, but it's there. It is already there. Like you have already booked your appointment with them. Wow. What else, Spirit? Breathing work is very important. That's too many. One only, Spirit. Okay. The Hangman. I'm telling you! Another major arcana card. The Hangman. Wait, let me see how this ties into our. Oh, okay. I'm getting a sense of things are changing so significantly in your background, in your surroundings, that you don't even see because you're hanged right there. And it's like the universe purposefully put you hanging there so that you won't be able to, I guess, interrupt or sabotage. Not that you're sabotaging anything, but just so this thing that's gonna come, this great, I want to say very great blessing that's about to come to you, it's gonna come smoothly as possible, as crafted as possible, because the universe is crafting it for you. You just have to accept it and receive it and slow down and be in the reception of it. That's why the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups is in here. Oh my god. Okay, one last card. Do you have? One last. Any last message, Spirit? One only. One only. Ten of Wands. Yeah. Mm. What I told you, you already packed your bags, you're ready, you're prepared. And Ten of Wands is signifying the completion of a cycle. Like this is this thing that the universe is preparing to you, it will be served already. So just wait. And again, don't spend this time of waiting just waiting. Make sure to also just live it one day at a time, because that's really important. Just staying present in your everyday life and seeing the magic and the beauty in everything already. just before this shift actually comes. And what I'm saying a while ago is that, yeah, because you're about to leave. That's why the message a while ago was, what would you do if you knew that you're gonna leave anyway? So maybe you're feeling stuck. Yeah, the hangman energy in here. You're feeling stuck on something. Yeah, maybe you're feeling the sense of being stagnant maybe. Yeah, but if you just approach this energy, because whoever you are, you're gonna leave anyway. And I'm not saying that you're gonna leave a job, but you're someone who values your movement and your growth a lot. And so by the same token, in the energetic sense, you leave a lot. So whatever this is in your physical reality, if you knew that you're gonna leave anyway, how would you approach it? Like, for example, if you knew that you're gonna leave your city, right, where your hometown, what would you do? Of course, you're gonna hang out with your friends, with your childhood friends, for as much as possible, because you know that you're gonna leave anyway. You know that you'll miss them so much. And so, how would you approach your everyday life with that same amount of anticipation that your life is just about to change in an instant? Because your life is about to change in an instant. You'll be surprised by how fast your routine is gonna change. Yeah, because maybe you're also someone who values your daily morning routine, and like your night routine. Yeah. And so if you're someone who really values that, I am telling you, savor it for as much as you can, because when this shift happens, if you're manifesting for momentum, for success, then that's gonna entail also more work for you, right? More attention in some other things that are not your routine. So if you love where you are right now, I suggest you to look at it from that perspective, that, oh, I'm gonna miss this. I am gonna miss this. And so I'll make the most out of it. That is the message. That is the message. Yeah, I love this for you. Okay, collective, my lovey doves. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me read your energy. I haven't read tarot in how many weeks now, and it's so good to be back. So good to be back. Yeah. And I'm being called to share this as well, because I haven't read tarot in like how many weeks now, and I'm getting this feeling of being insecure that it's not going to resonate to anyone out there. So it would really do me a favor if someone could share how this resonate to them. Yeah. That also, I guess that also ties into to this message that don't be fooled by your thought that you're not connected to your intuition anymore, because you are. You just have, you know how a fish doesn't question water anymore because they're literally living in it. That's how you are in your intuition. It's literally the air you breathe, the water you swim on, that you cannot even see it at this time. So if you have any time, you could let me know how this resonates for you. That would help me out a lot. But other than that, I still love you so much. I believe in you. I support you, and I'm so excited to see how the shift is gonna come for you. Let me know if you also have gotten through this shift already. So that is it for me. Thank you, everyone. Always take care. Bye. Mwah.